Hey, what's up lawn care nuts? Thanks for coming back for yet another week. Now today is the big day that we've all been waiting for. Well, at least I've been waiting for it, like big time. So I'm actually gonna start installing the plugs here in this lawn that we have termed the salad bar. But before we get too much into it, let's look at where we started and then some of the steps that got us to the process that we're in now to have this orange lawn that you see behind me. By the way, this is a full playlist documenting the complete rehab of this lawn here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'll link below to the beginning of that playlist. Alright y'all, so here it is. Here's the lawn as it looked when I first moved in last year in September of 2016. The two biggest problems we faced were, number one, this lawn is 100% weeds. There was only just a small section that was 100% shaded that had some St. Augustine hanging on. Other than that, we had all these scrubby trees and bushes that I needed to get rid of and open up this lawn to sunlight. Then I could take care of the salad bar from there. This really opened the lawn up and improved the curb appeal of the house in my opinion. Now you'll still see two scrubby bushes there and I went ahead and dug those out as well to open this thing up completely. Then the next piece was to go ahead and kill everything that was here, and I had to use some glyphosate for that. And I know that a lot of you don't like that, and just to be honest with you, I don't like it either, but it was my only choice to get all of the weeds dead and gone out of here so I can plant some good solid turf grass. So you can see behind me here, this is where we're at right now. We are almost ready to insert our plugs, but there's one thing we've got to do first, and that is we got to get a little bit of this garbage out of here. Well, tell them what they've won, Rod. Well, it's the Lawn Boy 10739 all-wheel drive mower. Now, some of you have been wondering since the last video if this little puppy's going to replace my daily driver, my Toro Super Recycler, and the answer is absolutely not. The only reason Lawn Boy got the call today is because of the all-wheel drive system that I believe will deliver superior performance inside of this sugary soft Florida sand. So believe it or not, I'm going to go ahead and try to enjoy this mowing because this is literally the last mowing I'm going to do for a little bit of time here. And even though I'm just cleaning up the crap here, at least I'll get to go through the motions and hopefully enjoy that just a little bit. By the way, if you see like a lot of dirt and there's a spot like right there on this lens, it's just because this camera's on its last legs. In fact, I can barely even get it to work right now. But you know what? That's one of the sacrifices that I make for you guys. Because you have an established root system already, you don't have to really worry about preparing the ground too perfectly. You just need to give this a good scalping. I mean, you don't need to take it down to dirt level, but you need to give it a good low, scalp cut, catch everything, just get it out of here, get some of the garbage out of here, just to give those runners a little bit of a leg up as they're running across the lawn. Alright, so I've got everything scalped down now. That was pretty simple. Definitely nice and dirty, which is a great way to start a project and definitely a great way to start a video. But now, let me show you how I'm gonna instantly dominate. And actually, it's more than just domination. No, it's not. It's all about domination. My neighbor, he's got kind of a mixed bag of things, but he's definitely got one thing that I don't want in my lawn, and that is some Bermuda grass. So I've got to try to find a way to combat it. Now, it's going to come in, it's going to creep in, I'm going to have to deal with it. But I think that there's one way that I can help keep it out, or at least keep it at bay, and that is to start a nice line right down through here, and then hopefully I can keep out any invaders using my weed whacker. But the first thing I have to do is get a nice defined line, and I can't get that with plugs. So here's what I'm gonna do. Just want to thank the Hyundai Corporation for making such a great vehicle to carry sod in. You guys did a really great job. This is the best utility vehicle. So in a minute, I'll give you guys some detailed step-by-step installation instructions. But before I do that, I really want to thank Don and Ann from Don's Designs. Don's one of my neighbors and also a landscaper, and they help me with everything, not only just sourcing the plugs, but transportation to my house, and then, of course, a big piece of the installation. They've been doing landscaping in the St. Petersburg area for many years, and I'm going to put their contact information in the description below. If you're interested in hiring a landscaper anywhere in Pinellas County or the surrounding area, please give them a call. Alright guys, so here we are. That's the end of day one, and again we started on a Friday evening and we worked into the evening here. You can see the sun's kind of setting there, so I would say we're a little bit better than halfway done. You can see behind me, and it's a lot of work, it's a lot of repetitive work, and I'll tell you what, it is not easy. But it's really important to get water on this quick because you're taking plugs that are essentially pretty dried out. I mean, they keep them irrigated as best they can, but they're pretty dried out when we got them. In good health though, and then we're putting them in a super dry, sandy soil. So any moisture that is left in those plug roots is gonna get sucked right out immediately, and we don't wanna have these wither at all. So we've gotta get some water on them immediately just to help them get a leg up right from the jump. And then tomorrow morning, we'll finish up. Thanks a lot guys, I'll see you in the plugged lawn tomorrow. Alright guys, welcome to day two. So it's about 9:40 in the morning here. Been doing a little prep work, getting some things done this morning here. Here's some snaps to kind of show you how the morning went. Hey, good morning Snapchat. We're gonna get started in a minute, but I just wanted to remind you guys that, you know, Milorganite here, you haven't seen her in the videos in a while. She and I are still best friends.
I mean, seriously, I love her. I love my Milorganite. I love her.
I can't believe I just did that. So if you want live updates for what's going on here at Lawn Care Nut headquarters, Snapchat's the best place to get those. So I actually ended up going with a full sun cultivar over here, and it's called Bitter Blue. And that was really just because of a sourcing issue, but I figured it might be fun just to kind of see some Bitter Blue over here. And then I have a good, you know, demarcation point there, and then I can put the palmetto out in there. So what we have here is Bitter Blue over here, and then palmetto starts right there. And then this goes all palmetto down through here. So the plan for the day is to go ahead and finish up the rest of the lawn over there. But before we do that, I thought I might want to give you a little bit more details on what we're doing because I didn't do a ton of filming yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead now and just kind of show you the process of planting the plugs from start to finish and just do a few as an example for you. Alright guys, so the materials you're going to need are good old friend Milorganite, as well as some way to cut the plugs. I'm using a machete here, but you can also see in some of the video parts that Don uses a shovel. And then we've also got an auger bit, which I'll link below on where you can get that, and a cordless drill. Of course, you gotta have your plugs, and just for reference, the width of that tray is about 11.5 inches. That'll be important as you're eyeballing the width. Now you wanna go ahead and drill your holes here about 3 inches deep and about 3.5 inches wide. You gotta do a little bit of festooning there around the edges. Plant your plugs between 12 and 14 inches apart for the quicker results, but you can go up to 16 or even 18. It'll just take a little longer for everything to fill in. Next, I got one of these shake and feed feeders. This had like palm tree fertilizer in it or something, and I had saved it, and it works perfect for what we need the Milorganite for, and that is to put about a half a handful in the bottom of each and every hole. Now, I'm going a little slow here for demonstration purposes, but all of this goes a lot faster when you're not trying to film it, of course. Once your plugs are separated, you can just plop them in the holes and push them in with your foot. I like to use my heel because it seats them really nice. However, it will leave you with a heck of a case of sciatica. And that's really all there is to it. Lather, rinse, and repeat about 70 million times, depending how big your lawn is. Alright guys, so there you go. All the plugs are done. We ended up at 110 trays total, so I'll do a little bit of math for you on that. So now the physical hard part of the job is done, but the next part is just as important, and it's going to involve getting some pre-emergence down as well as some more starter fertilizer. So that's going to happen tomorrow. Stay tuned for the next video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the lawn.